Good afternoon, my name is Mike, and welcome to an amp demo for Tommy. Here's a bit of background. I got an email from a gent named Tommy, and he was a fan of Bloodshot Bill, and he was looking for a similar amp but with more power. So we had something close to what he wanted, sitting in the shop without a home, and we had a plan to boost it up a bit, hot rod it. So originally the amp had a stubby 6L6, a tube amp Doctor type tube, and it sounded wonderful, but the way to go to get more power, it was felt, was to go with a 6550 tube. So inside the amp he also wanted a tone control, so we organized one similar to a Marshall 18 watt, and he also has a gain and a master volume. And for the screens on the tube, you need to lower them down from the B+ voltage. So I'm a little overkill with the resistor, put a big, industrial solid one in there, filtering capacitor, and let's see how it turned out. So for our test, I have a nice 5 ohm dummy load. I have a little signal generator here. We have 400 hertz sine wave at about it's like a guitar pickup output. And here we have an oscilloscope, good old scope, really simple stuff. So to get more power out of the tube, we also need a larger power transformer. So this is a 144 milliamp type, 600 volt center tap, and it's the biggest thing I could fit on the chassis. So here we go, we're gonna check out the B+ voltage, and on the meter you can see we got 356, which is pretty cool. And on the screens at the moment, we've got less than 300 volts, which is really nice for a 6550. You can see a clean signal. It's not a perfect sine wave. What Class A amps generally do is distort one side of the wave. So, hey, it's guitar. So here you can see the clean output of the amp is around 7 volts into 5 ohms, which was the maximum or distorted output of the amp in the past with the 6L6 tube. So now with the 6550, the amp working, I've adjusted the controls for maximum output, and you see this shape here, that's the sound of rock and roll. So now you can see into the 5 ohm load, at maximum output, we're putting out 9.65 volts roughly, which is pretty cool. That's actually... Now we have the chassis installed in the amp case. Looking good, got some nice silver knobs. The cabinet, it's birch plywood. It's blind dovetail jointed, similar to that. You can see it better there on all the corners. It's got an antique cherry finish. I like it. Cane front. It's loaded with a Weber Signature 12B speaker. And something that I do, which is a little different. It's fun to be different sometimes. It's actually a closed cabinet. And it's vented on the front. I like the sound of that. Now the amp is on, and I'm going to turn the master all the way up and the gain all the way up. So that's actually quite acceptable for hum and hiss. Alright, so let's see how it sounds. Apologies for my playing, I'm not a pro guitar player or anything, I just have fun. So I got the guitar on between these two pickups. Volume is on 4, and the gain is like 7. Just to show that that's the tone down, bass, and this is quite bright for treble. Let's try some different pickups on the guitar. Try a different guitar. So that concludes the video. Thank you very much for watching. Tommy, I hope you enjoyed what you saw and heard, and I can get it out to you very soon. All right, take care.